All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Phil Nagy and Kit Nagy. It's exciting to be here. We've made it all the way to week 15, 14? I don't know, whatever it is. Week 15, whatever it is. And we've got our, technically speaking, AFC game of the week, even though it's a cross-conference showdown. Maybe a little of the steam taken out of it with Lamar nursing that injured ankle, which, of course, if you read the internet, JOK, murdered him intentionally, and that's why he got hurt. But that's neither here nor there. You're going to see Tyler Huntley today. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy joining you. Kit, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm back in Seattle, enjoying life, and this is definitely a big matchup here. Obviously, the Browns have a vested interest in this game with the Ravens atop the AFC North. The Packers are a very, very good team. Obviously, the Browns have to take on these Packers 1 week later on Christmas Day. But yeah, it's a big matchup here, and it'll be interesting to see how this one turns out.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead and get this one started. Again, we haven't heard anything definitively about Lamar, but it sounds like he's going to have to miss the game. So again, Kit and I did decide to go with Huntley, so we'll see Huntley. Hey, Karen, welcome in, and go Browns indeed. Of course, we'll bring you that Browns sim later, the COVID edition of the Browns sim. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find enough guys to get on the roster. So
yeah, no, it'll be interesting for the Browns game, to be sure, but that's one of the things that Andrew Berry has done well in his time here, is he has absolutely promoted depth across the roster. So, especially because the running back room in particular is relatively unscathed, this team is in a good position to succeed in spite of it all.
Absolutely. All right, Aaron Rodgers going to start with a huge throw to the right side to get incomplete. This is now week 2 of using our new sliders, which both Kit and I do seem to enjoy. We found some other Madden simming aficionados on the internet. And so it's been a little bit more realistic, and it's gotten rid of all of the ridiculous fumbles. And not all turnovers are gone, but more turnovers are gone for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I mentioned the running back room. The other room that's relatively good shape is the D-line, especially the edge room with both Clowney and Garrett there. And I'm sure you saw Garrett just named to the Madden 99 club. So congratulations to Myles Garrett.
Yeah. We've always known it. He's been a 99. Yeah. He's been quickly elevated to a 99 every time we've done a season.
Absolutely. Well, he is fabulous, both in real life and in the game. But good that he's finally getting that recognition. You'd have to think after his second do-it-all himself style play and his first ever actual touchdown at the NFL level. That's that he was very much deserving along with breaking the Browns sack record, the Caesar sack record.
Yes. All of those things in one very memorable play.
Absolutely.
All right, a 3rd and 2 here for Rodgers. They've gotten a couple of first downs, but now it's their first third down conversion. They've got a slant to the left side. Watch out, Adams. He breaks one tackle, and he's got the first down by miles. First down, Green Bay at the 31 here in Baltimore.
Yeah, and look for Green Bay to take advantage of this weakened Ravens secondary. They've got the weapons to do it for sure. Adams chief among them, and Aaron Rodgers is not going to be afraid to pick them apart. This is an offense that absolutely can throw it on you, and they're going to take advantage of some of those matchups they're going to get, because the secondary is not what it was built to be with all the replacements in there now.
Absolutely. We even saw that some last week with the Browns and their ability to sort of pick them apart. And if they weren't picking them apart, they were at least committing pretty egregious enough that they actually got called in the Browns' favor, PI called.
For once, yeah, no, there's some pretty ugly PIs. I mean, a lot of holds too, but and some of those got called, but the secondary in particular was penalized often.
Right there is a third down throw. They're going to mark him short of it. Great tackle in space by Patrick Queen. That's up a 4th and inches as they threw it to the rookie running back Kylene Hill out of the backfield, and they're going to go for it here on the 4th and inches. Rodgers in a shotgun. He's got time. Left side, very easy out route. He's got Amari Rodgers, the rookie from Clemson, and a first down inside the 15-yard line. Matt LaFleur loves it.
Yeah, and that's a defense you can't really be calling on a 4th and inches. You got to be a press man in a spot like that, especially a quick little out route can't be giving you a couple inches. That's a bad defensive play call there in that spot.
Absolutely, across the middle, zips it. He's got his tight end. His MVS, Valdez Scantling, not his tight end. With a catch now, 2nd and 2. Somebody moved a little bit early on that offensive side. Back him up 5 yards, now a 2nd and 2 from the 9-yard line. Again, they still can get a first down on that 2-yard line. Trips to the left side for Rogers. Back to pass, zipping it left side. He's got his man again, Adams, right at the sticks. He's going to be taken down. Will they give him the spot? They will not. 3rd and inches.
It's interesting. They were in a press man on the 2 outside guys, but they left the slot on the inside, kind of in this flat zone coverage, which I don't know why they were doing that with the press outside, but if they had all of them in press man, they probably don't do that, as the Packers score pretty easily right there.
13 personnel. That's actually the long snapper who's in as the 3rd tight end. And he catches a touchdown. Probably his first ever. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him indeed.
Since all long snappers are like really, really poorly rated tight ends in Madden's world. So.
Right.
All right, well, 7-0. A pretty efficient drive right down the field. 13 plays, 80 yards, 6 minutes and 1 second there for Aaron Rodgers. And now Crosby will kick it off. We'll get a chance to see Tyler Huntley, who is, man, just as dangerous in space as Lamar Jackson, as we saw a couple times last week.
Yeah, he sure is. I mean, Lamar is probably a little bit more refined as a thrower than Huntley is. They both have their inaccuracy issues, but Lamar is a little bit higher percentage-wise, putting it on target. And then Huntley had some definitely errant, unforced errors for his throws, although the pressures certainly affected him as well. But in terms of just running the ball, he is very shifty, like Lamar, very quick, and definitely dangerous.
5 yards on the first carry of the game for Devontae Freeman. Huntley's going to throw on the run over the middle, and he overthrows everybody.
Yeah, speaking of those errant throws, that's exactly what it looked like against the Browns, where he just lofted a few beyond where anybody could make a catch.
3rd and 5 now. Pressure holds up. Nope, just kidding. It's going to break down, and he's going to take a sack. Preston Smith sacks him back to the 14-yard line before Huntley could get out of that pocket. And a 3-and-out and a punt coming for Baltimore, and it could get pretty ugly.
Yeah, and that's really where that O-line for the Ravens have struggled mightily, is the tackle positions. Terry Phillips has been gotten beaten a lot in this season. We saw that a lot for the Browns. We rather abused those tackles in that game.
Back in the hands of Aaron Rodgers. Little bunch formation to the left side. Aaron Jones alone in the backfield. The fake the jet sweep, give it up the middle. Aaron Jones, and Calais Campbell is waiting with open arms. Packers O-line is really beat up too. As I was updating their depth chart, they're like 4 of the 5 opening day starters are out. So they've kind of pulled it together, much like we'll probably see from Cleveland. You're going to get to see potentially Michael Dunn, Blake Hance.
Yep.
On the line at the same time.
Yeah, that's one spot where the Browns have a big advantage on the O-line, is that few teams have an O-line coach at the level of ours. Bill Callahan being a true master at the art, and we've seen the fruits of that with a guy named Blake, who just showed up in the middle of a postseason. Nobody's ever signed off the street, and he's able to play at a high level. And then Dunn, before he got hurt in the postseason, was playing at a high level. So credit Callahan for being great at his job and having those young, inexperienced linemen ready to step up and play big minutes for these Browns.
Absolutely, and we're going to see it again. Okay, it throws 3 and out for the Packers. Good shift on defense there by Greg Roman Martindale and his staff. Up the middle, Freeman's going to get a couple. 2nd and 9. Shotgun look now for Huntley. 4 receivers out in the package with Freeman on his right hip. Back to pass, Huntley. Now he's going to leave the pocket to the left side. He's going to take off to the 30, 35, 40, 45, up near the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and he's finally going to slide down 30 yards later. Where were the Packers on that play?
Well, actually, the Villanueva got beat pretty badly out on the outside, but he won on an inside move. Unfortunately for the Packers, you see him winning on the inside move right there, but Huntley was already outside of him, and then there was nobody there because they were playing man, looking at their, all of their targets, the receivers, so they weren't looking in the backfield to see Huntley escape, and, that's how they beat you with their legs when they get loose like that.
Indeed. Here he is again. He's going to leave it up. Just kidding. He's going to fire it over the middle. He's got Mark Andrews. He's got near another first down. Call it 9 for a 2nd and 1. Coming up, of course, Mark Andrews, very talented catcher of the football, except at that 2-point conversion, which actually helped us that they went for it and lost that game.
Yeah, absolutely did. One thing to note, by the way, a smart receiver in those kind of positions, which of course these Baltimore receivers are smart. When they recognize man coverage in a position like that, if they see that their quarterback is escaping the pocket, they'll continue on their route, and that means they take their defender out of the play when their eyes aren't in the backfield. If they continue their route without even having to block the guy, so it's a smart, savvy play from a wide receiver in recognizing man coverage, and then taking their defender out of the play by continuing a route so that their quarterback has a lot more room when he escapes the pocket.
Absolutely. Nice run there for Latavius Murray. His first touch of the day gets him 9 yards, and it's a 1st and goal for Huntley and the Ravens. He steps back into that offset pistol look. Ricard and Freeman back there with him. Turn around, give it to Freeman up the middle. Angling left side, not going to break the tackle. Maybe gets 1 before Chris Barnes brings him to the ground. 2nd and goal now from the 2, and they'll spread him out.
Yeah, solid scrape there for Barnes to make a nice solid tackle without letting them get any further on the progress, which they do again right there.
Yeah, nice job trying to spread him out, run it up the middle. Darnell Savage, the safety, was having none of it. Nice TFL for him, sets up a 3rd and goal now, back to the 4-yard line. Another pistol look for Huntley. Pressure coming. Well, but the blitzer slips, and he throws it to a wide-open receiver.
Wow, he had a beat
Preston
on Huntley.
Smith was going to just sack him, and he fell down.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never seen that, Matt, but there
I
it
haven't
is.
seen
he
that
just
either.
Loses his footing on a free blitz situation where he's coming
Look
straight
at him.
at
He just falls down.
He might have actually tripped over the lineman. I'm not sure. Maybe there was a foot back there that he tripped over. I couldn't really see it in that replay, but
Maybe.
he looked like he just had a free blitz and somehow got tripped up on the rush, and instead of clobbering Huntley has a moment to find his receiver stupidly wide open in the back of the end zone there.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown. That was about as easy as a touchdown throw and catches will get, but he was going to get plastered by Preston Smith.
Yeah, he sure
and
was.
Then he just fell down and was like, well, I guess I'll throw it to that open guy. They sold out and blitzed everybody.
Yeah, they did. It actually looked a lot like the sack that set up the ceiling play from Denzel Ward, the Clowney sack, a little bit later to develop, but it was the same kind of setup where Huntley was about to get just demolished like Clowney did. But that was a similar situation to the play that the Denzel Ward came in, where they came with that cover 0 and brought the house. And
Devontae, see ya.
Gone.
20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Devontae Adams on a slant, and just nobody's going to catch him.
Yeah, and what a quick answer there from the Packers. That's what you don't want to have happen if you're the Ravens, because now they're in a position they were never really built for, which is the play from behind game. And if they're giving up big plays like that, they're never gonna keep up with these Packers.
45 yards after the catch, just the skinniest of posts there from Adams, and probably Rodgers chuckling all the way into his drop back like, oh, this is going for a touchdown.
Yep. Yeah, he recognized it very quickly.
75 yards.
Yeah, he recognized it very quickly, hit him right in stride, and that's all that Adams needed.
Absolutely, it was a very quick strike there, and another kick coming. 1:26 left to go in the first quarter. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy joining you for Nagy on Sports. Hope everybody's having a great day here in our Week 15 AFC Game of the Week, as voted on by you, the fans, on our Discord channel. And if you'd like to vote on future games of the week, you can join the Discord channel by using the always open link in the description of this or any of our other videos. Huntley back out onto the field after leading a touchdown drive. Being out gained about 3-1 here yardage-wise are the Packers to the Ravens. Pistol look, give it, no play action for Huntley. Now he's going to move in the pocket. Now he's going to just take off 25 to the 30. He'll slide down at about the 30-yard line. Smart play there for Huntley.
And for an undrafted rookie, when he came out, Huntley really has been a very successful fill-in for Lamar in terms of skill set.
He's definitely Lamar light.
Yeah, he's got that same kind of set of skills, and obviously he's not as polished in a lot of areas, but he can run this offense and he fits so well. And credit the Ravens for doing a great job of finding another Lamar-like quarterback. That's hard to do and hard to come by.
Well, he started one other time this year against the Bears, remember, and they came back and ended up winning that game.
That's right. He's played well for them. I mean, he played well against the Browns. I mean, the Browns had a very good defensive performance out there.
He led the comeback. He led the 14 points in the fourth quarter, 13 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he absolutely did, and that's hard to do in those kind of spots when the team is up like that,
3rd and 4 here after they flip the field to start the second quarter. Huntley left side right at the sticks, and he's got his toes down. He does. First down. Hollywood Brown, his second catch. Not quite as big as the touchdown, but a big first down to continue to move the sticks. Harbaugh likes it.
Yep, and very efficient so far for Huntley. Only the one air-mailed ball so far. Everything else has been caught.
Freeman to the left side. He'll get 4. 2nd and 5, another pistol look here. Tight ends to the left side as well. He's going to keep it on the read option at the 50, and he's going to get taken down right away. That's the safety, Adrian Amos, who read it very, very well. No gain for Huntley.
Yeah, Amos obviously had contained on that play, and he recognized that Huntley was trying to get out on the little read option, and he did his job exactly like he's supposed to.
3rd and 5 here at the 50-yard line. Back to pass, Huntley. Lots of time as the Packers only rush 3, but now he's going to take off of the middle, and he's going to get tripped down by Kenny Clark. Otherwise, he easily gets the first down. What a play by Clark to break the double team and just stick a paw out there and trip up the quarterback.
Yeah, sometimes that's enough is just being able to get that big mitt in the way. But he does just that, shedding the block just enough to get impede the progress of Huntley before Huntley can get out of the pocket cleanly. Because you're right, if he got loose there, he would have been going for quite a ways.
Angled out of bounds by the veteran Sam Cook at the 21-yard line. Rodgers back out onto the field as well after a 3-and-out. And then, of course, the touchdown drive. Left side, he's got Adams again. Oh! He almost broke that tackle and may have housed it once again.
Yeah,
Instead, Westry, the corner, gets him down barely.
Yeah, he had a safety coming on, so you'll see it coming up from his coverage where there probably would have been a tackler behind him. If he makes one more move if he had broken that tackle, then makes one more move, there's no question it's a house call. But very dangerous with that. He's got to be careful as he's going to get another big play right here.
Yeah, wide open over the middle. I'm not sure what this. They're lining him up in the slot a lot, trying to continue to build those mismatches, and he is just torching the Ravens now. 5 catches, $121.
Well, yeah,
you're 19 minutes of football.
When your secondary is as devastated as it is, your slot coverage or your slot corner is not going to be nearly the quality when you're having to play your second, third, fourth best corners out in the outside perimeter. As your slot guy is going to be, some dude who you called off the practice squad maybe.
Yep. Aaron Jones gets the first down after the 6th catch again of the game for Davante Adams. He's going to be a free agent this year. How rich is he going to get, Kit? Davante Adams, I mean.
Yeah, no, I think he is going to do very well for himself wherever he ends up signing. I mean, I don't know if he'll.
I don't think the Packers can keep him, right?
Yeah, I don't think they can either. And in some ways, if Aaron Rodgers isn't there, which many think this may be his last year, then there's no way Adams will come back.
Right. So I'm seeing some things that he may be the first receiver to break $20 million a year.
Yeah, that's not out of the question for him.
At least very high teens, 18, 19.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly within the realm of possible. He is very, very good at what he does. I mean, certainly one of the best in the NFL.
Absolutely. Rodgers going to give it to Jones, who continues to struggle to get yards now. 7 carries, 25 yards, and about 18 of that were on a singular carry earlier in the game. 2nd and 9, shotgun for A-Raj. Now he's going to move the pocket, and he's just going to get kind of punched in the face. It's the nose tackle, Broderick Williams, and he goes down pretty easily there.
Yeah, that was just a forearm shiver, that almost half punch, half forearm shiver. He's like, sit down.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yeah. Not even a full tackle. It just kind of knocked him off balance, really, more than anything.
All right, 3rd and 16, trips to the right side. Rogers in a shotgun again by himself. 4 coming. Watch out up the middle, and Campbell right down Broadway is going to sack Rogers back to the 28, and that's a great stand by the Ravens defense to bring Crosby out onto the field.
Sure is, especially when the defense is as injured as it is, and to have stopped them from scoring, this potent offense from scoring a touchdown is a big deal, especially when you've got to count on a backup quarterback and a injury riddled offense to respond in a game like this. Now only down 10, which is a big difference.
Most definitely. 7:25 to go in the first half. Huntley in that pistol look again. Lots of beef in there with extra tight ends and the fullback Ricard. They're going to give it up the middle to Freeman. He's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Now 9 carries for 18 yards as Freeman is struggling to run against this Packers defensive front. Huntley. Right side, just dump it off to Freeman. Kind of extension of that running game. It's going to go for 3. Brings up another 3rd and medium long. Hi, James. Welcome in. Howdy. Huntley. Now he's going to leave the pocket. Now he's going to throw on the run, and he's got a man. I thought he overthrew the receiver, and Hollywood Brown runs right underneath that floated pass. First down, throw, and catch. Huntley to Hollywood.
Yeah, I also thought that was going to be incomplete at first, but credit Huntley with a nice touch throw to get it to the second level there, as Brown comes away with a nice catch.
Indeed. Hi, Keith. Welcome in as well. Howdy to you. Option keeper for Huntley up the middle. He's got a huge hole. First down, 40, 30. Is he just going to go? He is. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Tyler Huntley on roller skates and right on down the field, and a huge touchdown for the Ravens.
Yeah, and that's a huge response for these Ravens. Huntley getting loose, he is very, very shifty like that, and that's true to life. We saw it in the Browns game for sure. He is definitely a big play threat if he can get loose, because he's got the moves and he's quick. But he does so right there, and that's a big response. And now that stand for the defense is even that much more important, as they're now only down to 3 points.
Absolutely. A little complimentary football there for Baltimore.
Absolutely.
17-14 now the score. 5:35 to play in the first half. Packers receiving the football back. Here's Malik Turner, kick returner out of Illinois. He gets knocked to the turf about the 19.
And look for the Ravens defense to feed off that energy of the big play to come up with what they're hoping will be a stop here.
Absolutely. Rogers very quickly left side. He's got his receiver, and it's the tight end Mercedes Lewis. Big old Mercedes Lewis, like 6'8" or something like that. Very, very tall player. His second catch again. No Robert Tonyan still on IR for the Packers. Setting up a screen to the left side. Nobody home, and Rogers turfs it. 3rd down. Can the Ravens get off the field? Rogers back to pass. Blitz coming late, but he feels it, and he fires it left side. It's picked off. He jumped around in front of Devontae Adams, and then he'll be tackled down. I still can't get a number on him. That's going to be Brandon Stevens, the rookie out of Penn State. What a play as he sort of watched the whole thing happen and jumped the route right in front of Adams.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge. That's the response this defense was looking for, and very much the two-phase complementary football. And then to James's point, absolutely, Urban Meyer gone as of this morning, and I think a lot of us saw that come in from a mile away. I'm actually in some ways surprised it didn't happen sooner, but the fact that he's kicking players and a bunch of other random, just crazy stuff coming out of that locker room, and nobody really backing the guy up, and he's accusing the guys that he hired of being losers and all kinds of stuff. It's just absolutely insane, and it kind of brings a different light as the Packers are going to pick off Huntley right there. Big turnaround in that back-to-back turnovers for these teams. But yeah, brings a lot of I think shades a lot of color on some of those Urban Meyer Ohio State teams and kind of what was going on there at Ohio State. If these are the things that were, now that he was on the NFL stage and a lot more, it's different at the college level where head coaches are almost, you almost can't question them. But at the NFL level, it's not true, and I don't think Urban Meyer was ready for that. And wow, the results have been stunning.
He wasn't ready for a lot of it, but the overall program locker room control aspect definitely a big part of it.
Yep, absolutely. And Keith, a lot of folks missing for the Browns, but we talked about this earlier in the game very briefly, but or in this broadcast very briefly, but just the yes, a lot of folks out, a lot of starters, but credit Andrew Berry for having built a very deep team across the board, and I think that they've got the pieces in place to be successful still, in spite of all the folks missing and or out. Obviously, they're going to have to play up to their capability, but Callahan is a big part of that with the O-line. Getting some of these guys back is I think that was out of bounds. He jumped and then landed out of bounds. Good play by the defender there to push him out of bounds on the catch. But credit AB for doing a really good job of building that depth. We should be getting some folks back, hopefully, off of concussion protocols and or other injuries, which will help, like in the tight end room and other places. But we're in wide receiver room as well. But hopefully we'll get some of those guys back. We'll hopefully be in a good spot to still perform. And it couldn't have happened at a better time. And not that there's ever a good time for that, but in terms of who you still have on your slate, this is probably the best opportunity.
Yes, the Raiders are the weakest of the remaining opponents. Yes. That's very true.
Yep.
How about that punt out of bounds at the 1 yard line? They're actually going to give it to Ricard, the fullback, and he'll get 2 to give them a tiny amount of breathing room. 1:35 to go here in the first half. After back-to-back picks, Huntley threw one, and then Rogers Rogers threw one, and then Huntley gave it right back. Now we're playing the field position game, and now timeouts are starting to get called by the defense as well.
Yeah, James, absolutely. I think that's a big part of why the Raiders have struggled. They were a good team early, but with everything that has happened and the big name players they've lost between Ruggs and Arnett, and then obviously Gruden going out. I mean, all the drama, all the issues. That's the kind of stuff that divides a locker room. That's the kind of stuff that creates tension and creates very, very difficult playing circumstances for a team. It's hard to be a team when those kind of things are going on. I think that the Browns have a very good opportunity in spite of all the backups that are going to be playing big time minutes in that game. I think the Browns have a good shot to come away with a win. But then again, we saw what even losing just a single room in the wide receiver room, what that did to us last year against a team that we should have easily beaten.
Time will tell. Not much longer, though, with the getting flexed to Saturday.
That's right.
We won't have to wait long. Timeout called here after punt sets up the Packers with pretty decent field position. They were the ones who called the timeout. It's now a 3rd and 9 for Rodgers, again, already into Baltimore territory. He's going to heave it deep to the left side. He's got a man one-on-one, and it's going to be picked in the end zone. It's Averett. And he picks him off again, second time this half that Rodgers has been picked off going for Davante Adams. Yeah, ball looked underthrown, and Averett was not quite covering Adams well enough, but it worked out for him.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that was absolutely underthrown, and, again, Madden with its I must bomb the ball because I can mentality.
He was one-on-one. He just underthrew it.
Yeah, just not a great throw. But, I don't know. The coverage was pretty decent, too. He probably had a step, but not.
We're going to get it right back here. He's going to step on him, and he catches it with one hand.
Well, that
Come on, show me the replay of that one.
Ironically, that one was underthrown.
They're not going to give it to us.
That one was underthrown too, but the fact
he had like a 5-yard cushion and he underthrew
right.
it, but he goes up high. I think it was Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, beautiful catch
we'll
though,
have to
one-handed.
see if we can get that replay at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Sorry, I don't pick when the replays happen. That's an auto-generated thing.
Yeah.
I can skip them when they do, but I can't pick like, hey, show me the replay of that one. Now under 30 seconds, he throws it short of the sticks.
And maybe they should add that as a feature, you know? Hey, I want to
replay. Well, I think there's like a button that you can, I think like if you're controlling, I think you can hit, you used to be able to hit like both triggers at the same time to like automatically bring up the replay function, but it wouldn't like automatically replay it for you. It just brings up like the instant replay interface.
Right.
Pressure coming, and he's going to take a sack. Kenny Clark got him, and they don't have any more timeouts.
Yeah, that was
brutal.
That was the last thing they could afford to do. They really needed those points and take advantage of that turnover. And instead of trying to get the kicking team out there, they're going to run out of time. Which
unreal.
Last thing you could afford in that spot. Yeah, he can't take that sack, throw it away, preserve the clock, kick the field goal.
I suppose the only decent part is that they get the football back right here to start the second half. But again, after that huge bomb, sets them up at the 10-yard line. And, didn't have any more timeouts. He's absolutely got to throw that one away.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll note that because that, we'll see what the final score is, but that very well could be a difference in a game like this.
If at the very least, 3 points with automatic Tucker.
Yeah, absolutely. It sure is, and that ties the score up. It feels like a very different game. Now, of course, if you score here a touchdown, maybe that'll be water under the bridge, but, those 3 points at a minimum could be a big difference.
Hit as he throws, somehow gets it out and gets it to Bateman, but Rashad is only going to be able to get a yard. Now 3rd and 9 already. Back to pass, Huntley. Protection holds up. He goes right side. He's got a wide open Sammy Watkins. That's an easy first down throw and catch. 13 yards for Watkins and a first down Ravens. Another pistol look here. Tight end to the left side is Mark Andrews. Ricard in there as well. A pulling Zeitler. Nice little stiff arm there for Freeman. One of his better runs. Now up to 29 yards on 13 totes. 2nd and 5. They're always maddening, James. We just try to cut down on it as much as we can. As he throws a huge one to the right side, but he's out of bounds. Huntley is just airmailing or throwing bombs today. And Brown caught that one. He's out of bounds. 3rd and 5. Now blitz coming. They can't pick him all up, but he feels it right side. Another wide open receiver. Another easy first down throw as Sammy Watkins once again. These Packers are blitzing very aggressively and leaving some guys wide open. 1st and 10 now. 12-12 in the third quarter clock. Ravens driving to tie or take the lead. Huntley with plenty of time. Now he's going to step up in the pocket. Just kidding. He's going to throw it to Nick Boyle, his tight end. And much like Lamar can do, as soon as it looks like he's going to run, everybody panics and stops playing their coverage, and then he'll throw it to an open receiver. We saw that a lot last year in the famous cramp game, right? Every time, every single one of Lamar's big throws where he had scrambled for a while, and everybody's like, oh crap, we got to go tackle him, and then there'd be dudes wide open, and he would.
Yep.
He's the greatest quarterback ever because he can throw it to wide open guys.
Yeah, which I don't credit. So I struggle with that because everyone wants to give him so much credit. Yes, give him credit for keeping his eyes downfield. That is good play right there. But that doesn't mean he's an accurate or great quarterback being able to hit a wide open receiver. But on the other hand, as he's gonna, Huntley's gonna throw a really nice touchdown there.
Yeah.
One other point I wanted to make about that cramp game, there were shades of that. You almost had to feel like it was going to be that Lamar running out of the locker room like the hero.
This last week. Yeah.
You almost had to feel like that was going to happen again. Now, of course, it didn't, but it was for Browns fans. I think there was a few moments of, oh man, is this going to happen? Like, is that going to be? Is he going to be show him running out of the locker room as he's going to come back in and save the day? We're just like, oh no. But, that, of course, did not happen. So, fortunately, the Browns were able to hold on 24-22. But in a game that absolutely had to have that win.
All right, so the touchdown went to Devin Duvernay. So that missed 3 points, maybe more at the end of the half doesn't seem to be a killer. Again, we'll sort of keep track of that 3 and or 7 points that they could have added. But now with a 4-point lead, Aaron Rodgers back out onto the field, immediately goes for Devontae Adams for a first down. Rodgers lots of time, zips it right side. He's got his man in front of Averett. It's Devontae Adams again. Man, he is just targeting 17 early and often here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Picking on Averett quite a bit too.
Yeah,
but
both of his picks went that direction.
Yep, but Averett there actually had really good coverage. Just Devontae Adams able to make a better catch.
Yeah, Keith, I don't know what's going. Something must have happened with Hollywood because he was a healthy scratch a couple weeks ago, and
no, he was in the game actually. He just didn't happen to catch any balls. He wasn't targeted, but he was in there. He had snaps, and yes,
a couple weeks ago he was a healthy scratch.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. But this week he will play. There's too many injuries and or COVID in the wide receiver room with Landry out. DPJ is really your only starter you're going to have out there. So Hollywood figures to be the number 2 receiver for us, and hoping obviously that we'll have Schwartz out there. But we'll see what they choose to do beyond that. Potentially Felton. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. It's true.
But Second I should definitely see some Hollywood action, because especially with as limited as they are in that wide receiver room.
Absolutely. Interesting quote there from Florio James.
It is.
Zip it left side. That's a first down throw on 3rd and 2. Mercedes Lewis, and he's just across the sticks for his 5th catch. And without really much effort, Packers are nicely into Baltimore territory. So both offenses have moved effectively between the 20s.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
5 touchdowns combined, maybe more than I would have thought.
Yeah, for sure. You're right, Keith. I don't know what it is about Hollywood, and obviously there's obviously some stuff going on behind the scenes that we just don't see. But in terms of a locker room guy, Hollywood seems to be, a great teammate, but he does also seem to find ways to get himself into the doghouse. He's done it with multiple regimes now. It didn't start with Freddie Kitchens. There were the regime before that, even he had been in the doghouse, and then it continues with Stefanski apparently. So it's been a trend for him. Obviously, he's had production and chemistry with Baker, and you like what he can do out there for you. But if he can't stay on the field because of whatever it is, that's a problem too.
Absolutely. How about that 4th and 3 conversion? Mercedes Lewis rolling the dice here, Matt LaFleur, as they go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And convert it now into the red zone.
And that's twice in this game.
Yep, delayed handoff. Oh, nice hole for the right side. Campbell can't take him to the ground. 10-yard run for Aaron Jones. First down and 10. Are they going to say that we can get a first down or not? I can't tell. Maybe just first and goal from the 10.
Yeah, I think this is probably first and goal. I don't think you can not score a touchdown and get a first down.
Rodgers is going to keep it to the right side, and he'll slide down at the 6. Remember, they mark the ball where you start your slide, which is why the heady quarterbacks will dive headfirst if they need to get the spot.
Yep.
Like Baker did last week, even with his torn labrum.
Yeah, he kind of landed on that shoulder doing it, which made me a lot nervous, but it seemed to be okay afterwards. But yeah, and the other part about that slide, it's where you start it, but also if you think about your feet first, the ball is going to be way behind where everything else is based on how that all works out. So you end up losing a healthy 3 yards out of a slide.
Big touchdown run. They've spread them out 5 wide on 3rd and goal. And Valdez-Scantling catches the quick slant, touchdown, and the Packers retake the lead. 3:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3:33 in the 3rd.
Yeah, and again, those lost 3 points at the end of the half for the Ravens.
All of a sudden a factor again.
Yep, they're right there. Tied ball game again. It feels very different in this spot. I know you just had a response and hit a big touchdown, but still asking a lot with all the injuries you have on both sides of the balls.
Here's an option keeper for Huntley to the left side. Can he get around Savage? He can, because Savage misses on the dive, and he's got a big first down. 21 more yards. First down, Tyler Huntley, who now with 7 carries for a $121 in the game.
Yeah, that is an impressive day, to be sure. I know obviously he had that big break up the middle, but that's still a good day on the ground for anyone.
Absolutely. Here he is, pressure coming. Now he's going to feel it, and now he's going to have to eat it. Dean Lowry leading the Packer defenders as the pocket collapsed, and he just could not escape it. Sets up a 2nd and 15.
And I find it interesting the way they changed the stats to, those, even though he had tucked and clearly was trying to run there, that's going to count against his passing yardage, not against his running average. So actually the running average we were just talking about is not going to take a ding from that sack he just took.
Yeah, 15 of 19 now for a $195 through the air. Sets up 3rd and 8. They spread him out. 5 wide. Packers rush 4. He's got time, and it's picked off as he tried to throw to double coverage. Chris Barnes got it again. 2nd pick of the day for the 2nd-year middle linebacker out of UCLA, Chris Barnes.
Yeah, and I think he thought he could just squeeze it in there, but sure enough, he could not. That closed very quickly as Barnes is right there. Obviously Andrews is a big target. You feel like you can win a lot of matchups, but when the defender's in a position like that, trying to squeeze it past him is always going to be risky with any NFL player, even if it is a linebacker. And that's exactly what happens to Huntley there, is he is not able to squeeze it past and comes up with a very inadvisable throw into double coverage that really shouldn't have taken that shot.
It looks a lot like the first pick that he had, where Andrews was just stuck in the mud and stayed there, and Barnes drove on the football both times, gets an easy pick.
Yep.
Ball back in the hands of Aaron Rodgers, who just went over 300 yards passing here with a minute left to play in the 3rd quarter. That's 8 catches now for the tight end, Mercedes Lewis, again getting some snaps here with the injury to Robert Tonyan. 3rd and 1, back to pass. Rodgers blitz coming around the outside, sort of throws it on the run, kind of sidearms it, and a first down throw and catch. He's got his receiver over there.
Yep.
Great catch by the venerable veteran Randall Cobb.
Yeah, really throwing it against his body with his body position there. Had to short arm it a bit, but is still able to get it out there. Impressive throw from Rodgers.
Indeed. Here he is again. Another slant over the middle and another first down throw to end the quarter. That's Amari Rodgers, again the rookie from Clemson. All right, 4th quarter. Rodgers has his Packers at the 24-yard line, threatening to go score and raise this lead. Little play action look to the right side. He's got time. He zips it over the middle, and he's got his receiver right at the sticks once again. It's like Randall Cobb one more time. Catches the football. They're going to give it to him 1st and 10 up to the 14-yard line. Rodgers in a shotgun once again. Back to pass. Surveying the field. Right side. He's got a man. It's Adams, and he dives for the sticks. Are they going to give it to him? They're going to say he's just a little short. 2nd and inches now, but up at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, now Rodgers going to be in the zone.
Yeah, chip to the left side. 9 catches for Devontae Adams. Pressure coming. He can step up if he wants. He does, and he fights for the first down, but will be kept out of the end zone by Patrick Queen. 1st and goal from the 1 for the Packers.
Yeah, and I think Rodgers thought he was going to get that because he goes head first to try to get into the end zone, but not able to get there.
Absolutely. Rodgers now spread him out right side. Touchdown. He gets it twice, probably. Mercedes Lewis caps off a very nice drive for him and for Aaron Rodgers, and now the double-digit lead staring the Ravens in the face. Oh, really, James? Adams has had a crazy day. He's got like 10 catches. And at least 2 more that were thrown at him that got picked.
Yes, Keith, I do think probably we're going to see quite a bit more Felton at the wide receiver position because of the needs. The running back room in particular is relatively healthy. Yes, Hunt is missing, but you got Chubb and you've got Dearness Johnson in that room. But Felton, in terms of the wide receiver room, yes, you've got Bradley they've called up, and they called up one other wide receiver whose name is escaping me. But I expect Felton is more likely to get some of the snaps at wide receiver, potentially in that slot position as
You should at least, yeah. It would be nice if he did. Be nice if he did. Nice scramble there again for Huntley, and then Freeman makes it a 3rd and very short.
Will also depend on whether or not Schwartz is back.
Yeah, I would say right now there's only 4 active receivers.
Yep.
Higgins, DPJ, Schwartz, and Bradley. So
that's right.
Hopefully Schwartz will be back.
I thought they called up one other. I thought they called up. Again, I'm forgetting his name, but one other guy off the practice squad.
I say they've got Hollins on the practice squad. They've got Cager on the practice squad.
I think it was Hollins.
Because JoJo's another, he had been in last week, but he's another COVID.
Right.
COVID kid. The COVID kids. All right, so they're going to go ahead and get the stop now, and the Packers are poised to pull away with this one. As Huntley's played, he's played about as well as you could really ask him to play.
Oh, really? He has.
Short of a couple of interceptions, he's created with his feet. He's thrown touchdown passes. Freeman has struggled to get going, and their defense has given up some big plays despite a couple of turnovers. 11:29 to go. Rodgers also in the zone, which of course doesn't help. I wonder what Adams has to get in the zone, because he's having he was wide open there, but he's having a really good day. The receiver ones are always crazy, like consecutive 30-yard catches or something like that. I remember we could never get OBJs to turn on. It's like, what do you have to do? It's like, 3 30-yard catches in a row. You're like, what?
Right. Which the Browns would never do anyway.
I was going to say, nearly impossible.
Super out of the wheelhouse for the Browns team is what they're trying to do. Even in Madden, they didn't do that, which Madden is super pass happy.
Wide open as they blitz a lot. Valdez-Scantling's going to waltz right into the end zone, and that's going to be all she wrote for this one.
Yeah, and that's why
Ravens blitzed a lot, and that was it.
That's why you don't play a soft shell behind a heavy blitz. It's real dangerous when you got an Aaron Rodgers to pick that zone apart with a blitz all coming, because you got minimal. I mean, really, you're asking 5 guys in that spot to cover a huge amount of field, and Rodgers is going to easily pick that apart, as he did just right there, and there was really nobody even close to a position to be able to cut that off.
And he does indeed. So 38-21. So now those 3 points maybe at the end of the half may not have mattered at all.
No, I think they probably don't
get shredded.
Well, I guess potentially they might have. Just from a momentum perspective, and it's a very different feeling to go into half, tied with an opportunity to go ahead. And then again, it changes kind of that back and forth dynamic a little bit. And maybe this point spread wouldn't be where it is now as a result. But you certainly can't afford to call defenses against a team like the Packers, where you're bringing most of the house and leaving 4 or 5 guys back there to cover zone. I mean, that's just, what are you doing?
Right.
That's
very long.
Way too much.
Third and very long. Yeah, third and very long is dumped off to Freeman for a few, and so they will punt and essentially concede the game here. 9:30 to go, down now by 17 points. Let's see if the ball comes out, though, and it's going to be picked up by the Ravens, so maybe a pulse. Maybe a pulse.
That's what you had to have if you're the Ravens, but they've got to take advantage of it here. This is where that complementary football is so important. They cannot afford to stall.
A huge mistake from the rookie Amari Rodgers. Gets that ball stripped, and Chris Board, the linebacker, falls on it and gives them a great field position shift. Now they're getting the ball at the 35-yard line. Again, still a long shot, but there's a shot at this point now. 8:55 and counting. Shotgun look for Huntley. He's back to pass, surveying the field against the 4-man rush, zipping it left side. He's got a wide-open receiver. Watkins again down inside the 10 before he's pushed out at the 7. How many times has Watkins been wide open against this zone?
Yeah, far too many, and credit the scheme or the play call in for scheming him open in these zones, and he's finding ways to make big catches and plays for these Ravens, and that's so important, especially in this spot, because they've got to score quickly and then try to get the ball back in their hands as quickly as they can for an opportunity to be to really have a chance to win this game.
8:30 and counting. Huntley now leaving the pocket, throws it left side. He's got a receiver. It's Boyle, the tight end. He's down inside the 5 at the 3. And at this point, every second you can keep him on the field without scoring is a win for the Packers.
It sure is.
Pistol look now. Give it up the middle. No, he's going to keep it. He's got it. Waltzes into the end zone as Amos, the safety, ran right by him. Zero respect for the keeper.
Yeah, very much a breakdown of contain. That's his responsibility, is to make sure nobody gets wider than him. And he just completely ignored the quarterback there in that spot as Huntley just was right outside of him. And that was very poor technique there.
Yep. It sure was. So, okay, well, you let them right back into the game, and now they're essentially right back into the game if you get a new if you can get a stop here.
Yeah, 3 and out here, and then another successful drive, and suddenly you're cooking with some real gas. But obviously you got to stop that man right there, Aaron Rodgers, who is in the zone. You got to find a way to force incompletions or a turnover or something, maybe a sack.
Find a way, give it to Jaron Jones up the middle, and he'll be ripped down immediately by Patrick Queen. Jones has been held in check for the most part today, just 47 yards on his day. Back to pass now, Aaron Rodgers, definitely when they're the most effective. He's going to heave it deep to the left side. He's got a receiver, but it's tipped, and then it's going to be caught, and he's going to go into the end zone! Randall Cobb, are you kidding me? What a play!
Wow, and that should have been picked. The tip instead of a pick is what sets that one up. If he comes away with that, this could very well have been a Ravens drive to go score again, make it a 3-point game, but instead Cobb stays with the ball after the tip. Defender can't make the play, and the touchdown is going to seal this one.
Wow. What a play.
Yeah, what a play indeed.
Tipped up, single coverage. Cobb stays with it, catches it, waltzes into the end zone. Unreal.
And not really a great throw from Aaron Rodgers. He actually underthrew it again, and the defender had a better position on it, but unable to make the interception. Instead, it tips it up in a bad position where Cobb is able to just run underneath it and go and scamper in the rest of the way for the touchdown.
Yeah. Little milestone stat at the bottom. Hey, that's one tip on what's one pass deflected on the season for Brandon Stevens. I think he would like to have that one back,
right,
as his deflection is just an assist, a volleyball assist away.
That's right.
For the touchdown.
Yeah,
45-28 now, 7 minutes to go.
He
wow.
set that game-winning spike beautifully.
Yes, he did. Swing it out to Freeman out of the backfield. Kevin King, the nickel, drags him to the ground. Under 6 minutes now, or excuse me, under 7 minutes, ticking away. Huntley again in the shotgun. 2nd and 1. Packers content to rush 4. Huntley steps up in the pocket right side and overthrows his receiver, Devin Duvernay. 3rd and 1. Savage comes up to the line, showing another safety blitz. 8 in the box. They're going to blitz 2 of them. Pressure coming. Now he's going to leave the pocket. Now he's going to throw on the run, and he's got it, but it's dropped. It kind of hung in the air off the tip.
Yeah, that should have been.
And Brown couldn't bring it in. Could have been.
Yep.
4th and 1 here. 6:18 to go. They're going to run it. He's going to keep it right side, and they all run past him again. It's Amos, the exact same play. And he's going to get 50 yards on the carry because the safety has 0 responsibilities, apparently, on the read option. That was wild.
Yeah, no respect for Huntley whatsoever, and Huntley is torching him as a result, as he is just going to have crazy rushing numbers on this game, as they're just giving all kinds of I don't know what that was, but
broke a sack and then got hit as he threw it. Somehow turned into an incompletion. Stops the clock.
Very bizarre. But anyway, so just he's going to have wild yards per attempt numbers on this game, as especially in contain, the Packers are giving him no respect for his rushing abilities and not even bothering to contain him, and as a result, he's torching them for it.
Not even bothering at all. 3rd and 10 now, 5:31. Certainly keeping the game interesting for us, as now he takes a big sack. That's the linebacker, Zadarius Smith, who gets in there and sacks him back to the 40-yard line. Brings up a 4th and very long here for Huntley and the Ravens. What a wild game. Saw some things we'd never seen before. That's always exciting. Right side, he's got a wide open receiver, and he throws it over Murray's head. Oh, my.
Yeah, that was an opportunity right there. Obviously, you'd probably be looking at an onside kick at some point, having to still have a chance to win this one, but that was an opportunity to respond right away and then maybe have a chance to get into it. But, man, that what a missed opportunity that was.
Yep.
On so many respects. He was stupidly open, and he would have just he could have crawled into the end zone from there.
He could have, absolutely. He could have, so now it should just be the Aaron Jones show. Baltimore not calling any timeouts yet. Packers running some clock now. 10 tackles for Patrick Queen on the last one. Stretch it to the right side, Aaron Jones, and he'll be ripped down again by Brandon Stevens immediately. Still not calling timeout are the Ravens. Going to be content to let the Packers punt this one back to them in another 40 seconds. So it's going to be about 3 minutes or so on the clock when the Ravens get the football back.
Well, as always, Madden is both bad at math and bad at situational football, because you don't have enough time. Either you're accepting the fact that you're going to lose this one, which of course they're not going to do because they're going to call their timeouts later, which is stupid. But,
right.
Or you're not realizing that if you don't call your timeouts now, then you're not going to have enough clock to score the points you need to come back in this one.
Huntley's going to throw it deep right side. He's got man coverage, and it's underthrown, and it's going to be picked off. And that will be all she wrote. That's going to be Rasul Douglas, the corner. As they tried to go deep, they had the single coverage, but Douglas, lucky to get his head turned around, saw the ball was underthrow, made a really, really easy interception now. 3 turnovers apiece for these teams. Well, certainly had some exciting things. Appreciate everybody being on with us. Again, Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy joining you for Nagy on Sports for our AFC game of the week. Continue to vote. It looks like the second highest vote getter of the week is actually another AFC game. So we'll look to bring that one to you in the next 24 to 36 hours or so that we can get to our Browns sim.
We're still
for the Saturday game.
We're still going to get 25% representation from the NFC with the Packers playing and winning in this one.
That's true. That's true. Fair point. 3rd and 5, and he fires it over the middle to a covered Mercedes Lewis, but he makes a great tackle. Again, Lewis having a whale of a game as Rodgers is up over 450 passing here in this one. A couple of long touchdowns. 80 seconds to play. Finally going to let the clock go all the way down. Give it up the middle to Aaron Jones, carrying that thing like a warm loaf of bread. 2 yards on his 22nd carry of the game. Final play that they have to run. They'll give it to Jones again, and he'll get stymied once again after another gain of 2. So see if they do, but they don't have to run another play. 5 seconds, so this one should hopefully end here mercifully for the Ravens' sake, and that's the game, 45-28. What a game. This one had a little bit of everything, and fun one to call for you. Appreciate you being on. Let me see if I can go find that highlight from the third quarter while Kit wraps it up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a lot of interesting football in there for this one. A lot of you could see the Ravens really struggling with some of their injury and depth issues, as I think a lot of that has caught up to them and losing their primary leader on this roster. I think their belief factor is Lamar, and without him, I think they lose a little bit of that belief in their ability to come away with a win. And I think that's probably the difference in this one, because they are not able to get it done against these dangerous Packers, even though the Packers made some significant mistakes throughout, and Ravens just not able to capitalize enough off of those mistakes.
Absolutely. All right, they do have it, 61-yarder. So let's see if we can check out this catch that Brown makes. Again, had the man beat, as Kit told you. Like, look at when the ball is thrown. He's got a good 3 yards past him. Has to come back for the football.
Yep, underthrown again.
And then he sort of like bodies the defender. Let me see if I can get closer here. He goes up with the right hand. Look at that catch.
That is wild.
Unreal from Hollywood Brown.
That's like the OBJ catch from the one that made him so famous. That's exactly what it looked like.
Whew, that one was crazy. I'm glad that it saved that one for us. I don't know why it didn't show it to us, but
yeah,
I'm glad it saved it for us. All right, Huntley today, 20 of 32 for 243, 2 touchdowns, and again, 3 interceptions, although he played about as well as you could have asked him to play today, really, for the most part. Rodgers, 37 of 46 for 498, 6 touchdowns,
yikes,
and 2 interceptions. What a game for number 12 here today. Wild. 23 of 59 for Aaron Jones. Rodgers, 2 carries for 8 yards. Again, he tried to score that touchdown earlier. Devontae Freeman, the leading carrier, with 14 for just 32 yards. But how about Tyler Huntley? 11 carries for $166 and 2 touchdowns.
15-yard average, which is wild.
That's redonkulously good there for Huntley in replacement of Lamar Jackson. Sammy Watkins, we talked about him being open a lot. 6 catches for 77 yards. Other than that, the big catches were for Hollywood Brown. He had 4 for 85 and a touchdown. Duvernay 2 for 37. And the other touchdown for the Packers, he was spreading the wealth a lot, but Mercedes Lewis, 10 for 63 and a touchdown. Adams, 9 for 173 and a touchdown. Cobb, 5 for 108 and a touchdown. That tip drill at the end of the game. Scaling had 2 touchdowns, just 3 catches, 82 yards. So a lot of dudes getting a lot of yards here today for the Packers on offense. Chris Barnes had a whale of a game, had 9 tackles to lead the team. Of course, he had the interception as well. Sacks today for the Packers, 2 for Kenny Clark, the big D tackle, 2 for Lowry, 1 for the Smiths each. And again, the 3 interceptions were by linebacker Devondre Campbell, Chris Barnes, and then Rasul Douglas led the other interceptions. For the Ravens on defense, Patrick Queen, 17 tackles. Felt like we called his name an awful lot. Sacks today, just 3 for them as a team, 2 for the nose tackle Brandon Williams and 1 for Calais Campbell. Their 2 interceptions were by Brandon Stevens, the rookie, and Anthony Averett as well. So this was a fun one. Appreciate you being on with us. Phil Nagy and Kit Nagy. We are Nagy on Sports. Again, feel free to join us on our Discord channel if you'd like to get more information, like when we're going to sim next, for instance, and which games we might choose to sim next, if you'd like to. If not, no big deal. We appreciate all of our subscribers. Thank you so much. You all are the best. Packers get a big win here today, 45-28 over the Ravens. We'll bring you more sim action later this week. So today we will say go Packers, but as always, go Brown.